Welcome to the Motor City. This is Comerica Park. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Cleveland Guardians and the Detroit Tigers. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. Well, Singy, today's starter has really struggled of late. He's been missing his spots, and hitters are taking advantage.
Boog, and when you're in a slump like this, every little thing feels like it's going against you. He'll look to settle in early and hopefully find that spark again.
First pitch coming your way. All right, ready to go here. Stephen Kwan digs in for the Guardians. And that's how this series begins.
No.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Stays alive. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Struck him out without a swing. That was pretty nasty. Here's the Guardians lineup now. And a big factor for them in recent games, Nolan Jones.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, you know, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting a game or even taking swings during batting practice. Man, this guy is always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
Now it's Jose Ramirez.
Whoa.
Ramirez with an impressive show of speed in his last game, swiping 3 bags.
It's a lot of fun watching him run the bases, Boog. I think opposing pitchers and catchers need to take a few extra minutes to plan out how they'll adjust when he gets on base.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Now a step off the rubber to reset. 2 down, nobody on. Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. And that is that. We're midway in inning number 1. No score. Gleyber Torres up now for the Tigers.
You have to be creative pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some velocity, subtract at times. Just avoiding the heart of the plate isn't always going to be enough. Guys like this can hurt you with pitches you wouldn't expect him to swing at.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Tracks it down for the out. 1 up, 1 down. Let's take a check of the Tigers lineup. At the very bottom, hitting 9th, Parker Meadows.
Well, these days we know teams, you know, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So, you know, they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun.
Swing, and this is ripped down the right field line. Way back there. Out of here. His 32nd of the year. The Tigers get on the board first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
One down. Spencer Torkelson will hit next. High fly ball out to center field. DeLauder should have this one. 2 down. Now it's Javier Baez. And first offering is fouled off. Into left center for a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And next to hit for Detroit, Colt Heath.
He's been on fire at the dish lately. Chance to extend that hitting streak to 10 games here.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. And that knock bumps his hitting streak into double digits, Chris. He's hitting 10 straight.
Yeah, and on a nice trajectory. Average going up, OBP. Everything he's doing at the plate right now just seems to be working.
Here's the catcher, Dylan Dingler. Second in the American League in hitting. This one in the air center field. That is the inning. Detroit draws first blood on the solo shot. It's an early 1-0 lead. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Now the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, Brian Rocchio. That one ran inside, almost got him. Check swing, but he went too far, and that is strike 1. Swings through that. Set down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. C.J. Kafis digs in for the Guardians. And there's the strike. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts. Now here's Nolan Jones. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. That pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Swings through it for the K, and he strikes out the side here in the second. After an inning and a half, it's 1-0. Back in Comerica Park, bottom of the second. Zach McKinstry up now for the Tigers. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That's got a chance. To the warning track, makes the catch.
Batting eighth, right fielder, Jahmai Jones.
Chris, he had a long way to go for that catch, and it looked like he got a great jump on it as well.
He did, Boog, and StatCast tells us this guy had to run nearly 120 feet on his way to making that catch, and just really showed off his closing speed on that play.
Here's Jahmai Jones. Up the middle, Arias throws to first in time. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Parker Meadows, the next to hit. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And that will end the inning. Nothing across here this half. We played 2 full. It's the Tigers 1 and the Guardians nothing. You're watching Tigers baseball on the show Great Lakes. New inning getting started. Stepping up for the Guardians, Gabriel Arias. That's ripped into the outfield. And he can't make the play. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And he's into second with nobody out.
Wastes no time there. A lot of times in today's game, right fielders are able to get to a ball that stays in like that, but he hit that one pretty well. And if he hits it just a little bit different on the barrel, it's out of here easily. But there's nothing wrong with the extra bases right there.
Chase DeLauder in the box now. Takes strike 1. And a big swing and a miss.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Austin Hedges up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. And that's through there for a strike. And the count 1-1. One out, a runner at second as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. Swings through that one. Base hit center field. Arias coming home. He scores and the Guardians tie it up.
Gets it done to drive in the run and tie it back up. Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Here's the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. Struck out looking his first time. That clips the corner. Tied up here in the early going. And that one almost got him. Runner on the go. On the ground, right side. And foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 1-2 here.
Both the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt. A good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. And foul ball. One run across in the frame so far. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. To the right side. Handles, throws to first, and that's the 3rd out. But the RBI single pushes across a run. All even at 1 apiece. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Back here in Detroit, I'll tell you what, Singy, we documented his recent struggles on the mound, but a great start in this one.
Yeah, looks like a completely different ball player, relaxed, in rhythm, and totally in control. None of that was there last time out.
Ramirez sends it to first. One gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
Left fielder, Riley Green.
Here's Riley Green. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That one carrying. Just missed it.
Typically not easy to go deep to center field, but he almost did right there and got a little help from the wind, just not enough.
So digging in, Spencer Torkelson. Flied to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. And it's fouled away. Williams making his 10th start of the year. A former first-round pick in 2021. There's a swing and a miss.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
That one ripped right center field. This one could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. He's there. It's a 2-out double.
He was all over that one. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
So runner at second, 2 down. Javi Baez digs in right side. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Just a slow ground ball this time. Ramirez sends it to first. That's the inning. Back at Comerica Park. Start of the 4th. Kyle Mansardo digs in for the Guardians. Foul ball there.
You know, these Guardians showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Here's the 0-2.
That's a ball.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Struck him out swinging. Strikeout number 8. Here's Brian Rocchio. His first at bat was a strikeout.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. Pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Rocchio wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep both their challenges. Ball and a strike. That one fouled off.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And next is the designated hitter, C.J. Kafis. Went down on strikes his first time through. On the ground to third. Throw on to Torkelson, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. On to the bottom of the 4th, tied 1-1. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a series where they were red hot at the plate, and a look at the numbers.
That's a ball.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
This one in the air. Hedges under this one. One down.
That hanging breaking ball looks so juicy to the hitter, and nothing more frustrating when you miss that pitch and you pop out. He's going to have to think about that until his next at bat.
Now here's the Detroit catcher, Dylan Dingler. Fly to center his first time. And that one wrapped foul. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. That's hard hit on the line. And there's two down.
Up next for the Tigers.
Zach McKinstry now at the plate. Fly to center his first time. To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Fifth inning coming up. Tied at 1. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. And a foul ball.
You know, these Guardians just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
The 0-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
You know, the danger with the slider is leaving it out over the heart of the plate and getting contact on it. If you're going to miss, you want to miss towards the corners, not in the middle. Right there, he does a great job with hard break at the end. He ran it inside. Very difficult to do anything when you're tied up like that as a hitter.
Base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Next to hit, Chase DeLauder. Out towards right center field. Meadows takes it in for the out. 2 away. Go ahead run on base. Austin Hedges now.
This game has been so tight. Feels like the next team to score will win it.
And there's a foul ball. 2 gone. The possible go ahead run at first. Foul ball still 0-2.
Oh.
Really nice slider right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
Got him. So Hedges is gone. Halfway home, all even, 1 apiece. Back here in Detroit, bottom of the inning, Jahmai Jones up now for the Tigers. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul.
Well, these Tigers, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. And another thing that stands out specifically is that they haven't been able to lay off the first pitch. 9 first pitch outs in this game, so it's been costly for them.
Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And next up for the Tigers, Parker Meadows. He's 0 for 1. Popped up. Ramirez. And there's 1 down. 1 out man at first. Here is Gleyber Torres. That's to third. Terocchio at second for one. Double play. What a twin killing. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. Leading off Stephen Kwan.
Left fielder, Stephen Kwan.
Kwan, 28 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2018. Fouled off left side. Here's a 1-2. Got him. And he's up to 12 strikeouts on the day.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Booth, get back on track. His team needs him.
Ramirez, batting with one down, takes a strike.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
That one finds the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Got him swinging for the K. That's a baker's dozen strikeouts for him in this game. So up next, Kyle Manzardo. Cruising on the mound right now, but a dangerous hitter here in this spot. A guy with some slug to him. Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. 2 down, nobody on. High fly ball down the left field line. Way back there, it's got a chance. Up against the wall and brings it in. Nothing doing for the Guardians there. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Back at Comerica Park, Riley Green steps in, league leader in OPS, Singy.
Yeah, he's crushing mistakes, but also taking what pitchers give him. That's next level hitting.
This one in the air, center field. DeLauder under it. Brings it in, and a quick out, number 1.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Now here is Spencer Torkelson, 1 for 2. Late swing fouled off. Singy, he boasts a batting average at the moment that ranks in the top 5 in the league. Now the 0-1.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Painting the corners, working on the edges, and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
And now it's Baez. On the ground to third. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We're through 6 full. All tied. Back here in Detroit. Now the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, Brian Rocchio. This one popped up. And there's one down. So now the DH spot, C.J. Kafis.
This lineup is having a tough time finding a good rhythm at the plate. Their swings are disjointed, which tells me they're having issues with pitch recognition.
That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Chop to first, Torkelson. He takes it on his own, and 2 away to start the 7th.
Up next for Cleveland, right fielder Nolan Jones.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Nolan Jones. And that one is lifted in the air. And that is that. 3 up, 3 down that time. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. All tied 1-1. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Out towards right center field. Jones under it. And there's one away.
Up next for the Tigers.
Now here's the Detroit catcher, Dylan Dingler. And a weak ground ball to the left side. Ramirez sends it to first, 2 out. Now the third baseman, Zach McKinstry. Activity in the bullpen. Hunter Gaddis up and loosening in the pen. Sabrowski, a left-hander, also throwing. Two down, nobody on. Now a pop-up on the infield. Ramirez. And that's the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 8th. Stepping up for the Guardians, Gabriel Arias. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in at bats. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced in this one.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
That's off the inside corner, and the count's even at 2. Got him swinging.
Clearly trusting his stuff in this one, Boog. Feeling really good about what he's working with, and that really allows a guy to attack hitters. You know, such an important mindset to have out there on the mound, especially when you're ahead in the count with 2 strikes.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Chase DeLauder. Swinging a foul out of play. That one is absolutely belted. Out of here. And they grab the lead in the 8th. It's 2-1.
Well, the best home runs are the ones that give your team the lead. That's a great feeling right there. No doubt in my mind, just about everybody in this ballpark.
Here's A.J. Hinch heading towards the mound, and we're going to see a pitching change right here. Jack Flaherty won't go any further tonight, and he exits on the hook for the loss, but he threw the ball very well. We'll tell you about the new pitcher.
Well, I did not want to do that.
Justin Verlander gets the ball now.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Austin Hedges stands in. Right through there for a strike. One out, base is empty, and a run in, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And that is that. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Hunter Gaddis. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Jones in the box for the 3rd time today as he takes that one off the plate. Cleveland has some action going in their pen. Cade Smith, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. Looking to get the tying run on base. In the air out to center. DeLauder makes his way towards it. Cranks off his mitt. And that puts the tying run on base.
Up next for the Tigers, center fielder
Parker Meadows up now for the Tigers.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
That just misses. And that is ball 1. Next offering upstairs.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. The 2-run shot, and that's how they take the lead. It's 3-2.
That right there is a game changer, and it might end up being the most important swing of the game. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Gleyber Torres up to hit, and that one in the air center field. DeLauder settles underneath it, and there's one down.
up next.
Now the number 2 hitter, Riley Green. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the 1st inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
DeLauder gets under it. And there are 2 down. Next to hit, Spencer Torkelson.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Way out front for strike 2.
Then he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
This one in the air center field. And the inning is over. Detroit adds 2 on this homer. Back at Comerica Park. All set to start the 9th in this one. Jose Ramirez digs in for the Guardians. That's a little high. Ball 1. Verlander going for save number 1 in this spot. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Late swing, foul to the left. Ball to strike. The pitch. Out towards right center field. 1 away. That's a big first out right there, and that changes things.
Yeah, you can kind of see how just the hope and optimism is shrunk a little bit.
Now this one is hammered way back there. On its way and gone. And we are tied.
Talk about a clutch swing of the bat. He just changed this game in a big way. Versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Brian Rocchio. Getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 in this one.
That's the ball.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Throw to first in time.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it. Got the ground ball.
Cleveland, the designated hitter, C.J. Papis.
Next for the Guardians is the designated hitter, C.J. Papis. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Ground ball right side. Can't glove it cleanly. Still manages a throw, but it's not in time. Base hit.
Up next for
just a good job putting the ball in play and then busting down the first baseline. Beat the throw pretty easily.
Now it's the right fielder, Nolan Jones. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Check swing, and he went. And that's strike 1.
No, he's really working him away, this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Just missed.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
The Guardians with the go-ahead run at first here at the top of the 9th. And he walked him. And with 2 outs, the go-ahead run is at second base. So in now for Cleveland, Gabriel Arias.
for the Tigers, number 74.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. 2 on, 2 outs. Swings and misses. Struck him out. They limit the damage here. But this clutch home run gets us even again. We're tied now with 3 apiece. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show.
Let's end this thing.
Bottom of the 9th inning, and this one is tied, coming right down to the wire. Javier Baez up now for the Tigers. That one's in there. Strike 1. Movement in the pen for the Guardians. Cade Smith, the closer, is getting loose. Sobrowski getting cranked up as well. Swing and a miss. This to third. Ramirez whips it across. 1 out, bottom of the 9th.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what he was supposed to do.
In the air, right field, pretty well struck, carrying well. And that one becomes property of the beast.
Hitting a walk-off homer is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you're creating the most pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing of the bat, nice win for the team.
Three, our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
I needed that win.
Now the number 2 hitter, Jay Wang.
Jay Wang.
Foul ball. And that one is lifted in the air. Bader racing after it. Makes the grab, and there's 2 out. Wang locks in. Not the at-bat they were hoping for just now, so it's up to him with 2 outs.
Well, this guy's got the right mindset, Boog. Just needs to stay within himself and deliver.
This one in the air, center field. And that's the 3rd out. Wang locks in. You could feel it. Big moment here.
Yeah, everyone in the yard just sat up in their seats. So did I, Boog.
On a line out towards center. He's got it. Runner tags from 3rd. The relay safe. And they take the lead.
That wasn't your standard sac fly. He barreled that baseball. Just couldn't get it to drop in.
So 2 down. Next for the Brewers, Jay Wang. Just missed. And that one pulled foul. Oh, look at the stop. Over to first. Nicely done for the out. Wang Had a whole home game for them.
Oh, Boog, not great, not terrible, just kind of an average game. Still, always good to get a team win.
Jay Wang, a promising prospect, just about ready to go. He brings a combination of talent, dedication, and heart to every game. It's the Toronto Blue Jays and the Milwaukee Brewers. First pitch coming your way next. Next for the Brewers, Jay Wang.
Hitter, Jay Wang.
This one in the air center field. Jenkins settles underneath it, and there's one down.
Batting third.
Wang, an all-star a season ago, 24 years old. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. And first offering is fouled off. Late on that fastball.
Really consistent release point. He's been able to pitch up and down and have excellent command in both locations.
Grips one to right. And there's two away.
I'm having a hard time hitting the ball in this game. What is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's okay. I appreciate you coming on my stream too.
And that one hammered. Way back there, it's got a chance. At the wall, can't make the catch, but I think he brought it back. Not stopping, he's going for three. The relay, the tag, and he's out trying for three.
Really nice job of hitting right there. You've got to be a better base runner than that and understand the situation. With nobody out, you've got to be able to shut it down, stay in second, keep yourself in scoring position instead of killing a potential route.
Wang stepping in now. 2-out RBI opportunity here.
A knock could be the gut punch that seals the pressure moment.
The Brewers trying to break this one open here at the bottom of the sixth. And that is out of play. The 1-2. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. And that one becomes property of the Beast. It's his 8th home run of the year. And they add on. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Power versus power right there. Two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? A really good job by the hitter getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
Wang, the next to hit, takes ball one. Runners in the corners, one away. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one carrying. Pulls it into the warning track. Runner tagging for third. He'll score the sac fly, and they're pulling away up by
I'll take those
7.
RBIs all day.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of...
Wang was outstanding in this ball game, helping them get the win.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
So here's the Brewers DH, Jay Wang.
Wang.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. That's out number 2.
Batting third.
1 out and a runner at second. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Man at second.
Oh, that's up there.
Swung on, belted. Carrying well. And that one becomes property of the beast. A 2-run homer, and they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
Up next to the Brewers.
Wang launched a homer in his most recent game.
Wang.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's back. And he makes the catch on the track. Just missed a homer that time.
Next to the Brewers. The third baseman. Up next to the
Up now for
Brewers.
Milwaukee,
The
Jay
designated hitter,
Wang. His
Jay
2-run homer back in the
Wang.
third was an important swing of the bat in this one.
Yeah, there's no doubt he helped set the tone fairly early, and certainly part of the reason why they've got the lead right now.
Foul ball. Wang, a former MVP, 24 years old, and he was selected for the All-Star game last year.
Oh, that's up there.
Line drive, he brings it down. Nice play.
Timed it perfect. It's hard, I think, for those guys on the corners because, especially when it's a right-handed hitter for third baseman, you don't see the ball all that well going through the zone. And if it's a left-hander, you got a better shot at it because you can see the ball going through, see the contact, and so that jump isn't always on time. Sometimes it's a little bit,
What up?
a little bit late, but that one was
Good morning.
High fly ball, right field. 2 away now.
Up next to the Brewers. The third baseman. Stop.
Wang really stood out in this win. Had only 1 hit, but made it count with a homer.
I'll tell you, Boog, I was excited every time he came up. When a player is locked in like he was, it's a really special feeling. Great job in this one.
One down. Now here is Jay Wang.
Wang.
Swinging a foul straight back.
I'm pretty much retired, so I don't really work much. I just got let go of my last job. I was there 7.5 years, and they decided to give us 2 days notice that they were going to close, and we all lost our jobs. And then feel bad for my coworkers, because my coworkers are the ones that have to find work. I'm 100% with the VA, so I don't have to stress about work anymore. But I choose to work because it keeps me busy. Plus, most of my life I had to struggle to make money and all that too. So I mean, I just recently got 100% with the VA like a year ago, and so be a year, 2 years, and wow, okay, right on, hit that. But yeah, so
he's up to 3 home runs in the series. The Brewers score first. It's 1-0.
So yeah, I don't really work anymore for now. I mean, this is the first time I've lived in Seattle for 12 years, and it's the first time it's the first time since I've lived in Washington that I've been without a job. Yeah, I've been working since I was 14. I'm 42 at the end of the month, so I'm like, I've worked my whole life almost. Even before I was working, and like at 14, I was doing other stuff for money.
Just now, but still a chance with 2 away. Big spot here, Singy.
Yeah, got to shake it off and keep grinding. A base hit here changes everything.
That is the inning.
Up next for the Brewers.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap.
See if I can get another home run.
If you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Ripped, and he can't glove it. It's by him. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
For the Brewers, the third baseman.
Next to him.
Yeah, and thanks for the kind words, though, by the way. I appreciate you.
Oh, 2 now. Parmigiani. Over to stop for 1. To first. Double play. Nicely done.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
1 down. Jay Wang up now for the Brewers. He's already homered here in this one. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 0-2.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
Swing and a bouncer. Slings to first in time. Wang with a valiant job in defeat. Had a pair of hits, one of them a homer.
Can't say enough about what he did for him in this one. They lost, but it was in spite of his huge effort. It's easy to see why he's a key contributor for him.
Jay Wang with an incredible season so far, leading the league in OPS. Can he keep it going again today? It's the Minnesota Twins and the Milwaukee Brewers. First pitch coming at you right after the break. One down, digging in, Jay Wang. And Singy, they're dealing with a former MVP in this spot. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That's back there. And that one becomes property of the beast. He circles the bases, and they cut into the deficit. It's 3-1. So the streak stays alive.
Depending on how I do this season, I might stay on Milwaukee. But I might want out. I started with the Angels. They suck. Then I went to the Rockies. They're not doing nothing. And the Brewers, as much as I'm a Cubs fan, I do not like the Brewers. So, I could care less. Maybe I'll get traded to the Cubs. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Well struck right field. That one carrying. And that one becomes property.
You just got to play good enough to where they can't afford to pay you. And then you can go anywhere you want.
They cut into the deficit.
I want to see how many teams I can play on in a career. I'm on my third team in 3 years, so let's go. I'm gonna be like Kenny Powers. He's bounding out.
But it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Back here in Milwaukee,
Kyle Schwarber. I like Schwarber. I'm a huge Cubs fan since 2016 when they were on their way to the World Series. In the World Series, I got a hat and since had his name stitched on it. I still have it. It's like championship World Series hat. I mean, that's the most excited I've ever been for sports with that World Series. It was so good.
Wang steps to the plate. They're trailing, but here's an opportunity to reel it in. RBI chance.
Yeah, Boog, chance to be the big fish right here. This is exactly who they want in a spot like this.
That one is absolutely belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. Makes the catch on the edge of the track. Runner tagging and heading for home. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across. It's 6-3.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs.
Wang had a great showing in this game despite the team's loss. Cracked a pair of homers.
Well, Boog, they may want to change how they approach him next time because he was just incredible in this one. He looked like a threat every time up, even in a loss.
Jay Wang, fresh off an impressive 2-homer performance. He'll look to keep that momentum going today. It's the Minnesota Twins and the Milwaukee Brewers. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. One down. So here's the Brewers DH, Jay Wang. Crushed, left center field. This one's deep, forget it. The Brewers score first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep.
So fun fact about my guy, I face scanned my picture of myself. I actually got to remove my beard. I got to shut it down because my beard's not that long anymore. I cut my beard after my last day of work the other day. I feel like I lost my powers after I cut my beard down, though.
In the air to left center. Buxton under it. And the inning is over.
I keep hitting home runs and I can't get on base. I want to steal bases. I had like 30-some steals last year.
And that misses. And it's 1-0. In the air, center field. Buxton settles under this one. And makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with one out.
Up next.
Down the number 2 hitter, Jay Wang. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the first inning.
Yeah, but he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
Terang leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
Yep, that ball went out.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. That is the inning.
Just missed it.
So Wang with a good game to help lift them to the win. Had only 1 hit but made it count with a homer.
Definitely a strong game at the plate, Boog, and it's safe to say he made a difference for him. Nice job to help lift the team to a win.
One down. Next for Milwaukee, Jay Wang. And that one hammered, carrying well. And that one becomes property of the beast. A solo shot. That's his 4th home run of the series. And it gives him the lead in the first. It's 1-0. And just like that, his home run streak is up to 6.
Well, he's an absolute machine, working really well at the plate right now. He just can't miss every time he swings. Power versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
The designated hitter, Jay Wang.
Outside.
Nobody on his team has been better at driving in runs this season, Singy. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Popped up. Keishel. And there are 2 down.
The batter, number 2, second baseman.
Back here at American Family Field. Well, we go bottom 6. Jay Wang up now for the Brewers. There's a line drive to left field. 1 away.
The batter, number 2, second baseman.
And now the DH, Jay Wang. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Ripped, but it curls foul.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck left field. That one carrying. And that one becomes property of the beast. Another homer. That's his 5th homer of the series. And we are starting over.
This game is breathing new life thanks to that home run, and that's exactly what they needed. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Wang digging in. He's got walk-off power. You don't have to squint too hard to see how this one could end, Singy.
Yeah, I see the fans holding their breath right now. It's tension and electricity all wrapped into one at bat.
Out towards right center field. Raley on the move. And that'll do it. Nobody left for Milwaukee. This game remains tied at 6. Back here in Milwaukee. On to the bottom of the 10th. Bryce Terang up now. Move to second. Oh, the throw is over his head.
My control, it was stuck. I couldn't even move.
Tying run at the plate. Tap to first.
Hold up here, hold up here, hold up here.
Webb takes it himself, and they get the leadoff man in the 10th. So it's effectively a sacrifice bunt. The ground out to the right side moves the runner from second to third.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily intend to sacrifice an out like that, but still good situational hitting. They need to find a way to bring him in.
This one in the air, center field. He's got it. Runner tags from third. In to score from third. And now they trail by 1.
There you
Wang, certainly not the reason they lost this game. 2 homers on the day.
Such a tremendous effort at the dish. They didn't get the win, but he certainly wasn't the reason they lost.
You're 12-3. Oh, 12-6. The losing is not alarming yet. We're only in April, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I just asked them for trade. Well, I just told her I was unhappy. So, 4th team next year, hopefully. Alright guys, I gotta get on with my day. Thanks for joining my stream. That was fun. Eesh.